American Sports Story Episode 3, Pray the Gay Away, explores Aaron Hernandez's introduction to Christianity through his teammate Tim Tebow. Josh Rivera leads the American Sports Story cast as Aaron Hernandez, the former collegiate and NFL superstar tight end who was convicted of murdering semi-pro football player Odin Lloyd in 2015. The first 2 episodes of American Sports Story capture a basic understanding of Aaron Hernandez's complicated upbringing, tumultuous family life, and accelerated path to becoming a Florida Gator before joining the NFL's New England Patriots in 2010. American Sports Story portrays several NFL players and coaches including Hernandez. American Sports Story Episode 3 chronicles Hernandez's celebrity status at the University of Florida before he ultimately declared for the 2010 NFL Draft. Under head coach Urban Meyer, who is depicted as having a major role in Hernandez cleaning up his act after being questioned by police about a shooting, the Florida Gators won 2 BCS national championships, although Hernandez was only a part of the 2008 one. Pray the Gay Away spends much of its focus on Hernandez's sexuality and his internal struggles with concepts of God, identity, and gayness. It also continues to chronicle Hernandez's head injuries that led to his Stage 3 CTE diagnosis in 2017. Aaron Hernandez never got in a fight with Jordan Reed during a Florida practice. The scene is meant to portray Hernandez's violent impulsivity. Josh Andres Rivera celebrating as Aaron Hernandez in American Sports Story. During an early scene in American Sports Story Episode 3, Hernandez is depicted being disciplined by head coach Urban Meyer for showing up high on cannabis to practice and disobeying the playbook. Even though Hernandez was at the time in the running for the prestigious John Mackey Award, which annually goes to the best collegiate tight end in the nation, Meyer felt Hernandez needed to understand that he could not get away with anything just because of his talent. He benched Hernandez in practice and tapped rising star Jordan Reed to run his play. Unable to control his impulsivity, Hernandez tackles Reed even though he isn't supposed to be on the field. In reality, this scuffle between Hernandez and Reed never happened. Reed was a tight end for the Florida Gators between 2009 and 2012 after initially being recruited as a quarterback. Reed was drafted by the Washington Redskins in the 3rd round of the 2013 NFL Draft as the 85th overall pick. Reed spent 7 seasons with the Redskins, who rebranded as the Commanders in 2020, before signing with the 49ers in 2020. Reed suffered a slew of concussions that impacted his career and resulted in his retirement in 2021. He was often compared to Hernandez for having a similar stature and playing style on the football field. He was elected to the Pro Bowl in 2016. Tim Tebow's interception in the 2009 SEC championship game was not the final play. It was the final straw in the blowout loss that ended Tebow and Hernandez's college careers. Patrick Schwarzenegger in the huddle as Tim Tebow in American Sports Story. American Sports Story reenacts one specific play from the 2009 SEC championship game in which Tebow was targeting Hernandez in the endzone but ended up throwing an interception to cornerback Javier Arenas. While this play truly happened in the real-life game, with Tebow flipping the button locks of his chin strap off and all, it was not the final play of the game, although it may have been the final sign of a potential comeback by the Gators. The series points out that there were roughly 12 minutes left to play in the game but doesn't include any additional context, such as the score at the time which was 32-13, Alabama. The rest of the 2009 SEC championship game was mostly uneventful, although American Sports Story did miss a prime opportunity to depict the unforgettable image of Tebow kneeling and sobbing as his college football career came to an end. Following the interception, one of 5 total that Tebow threw in the season, Florida got the ball back with less than 10 minutes to go. After another scoreless offensive drive, Alabama would regain possession with about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left and would hang on to it for the remainder of the game. Alabama would go on to win the 2010 NBC National Championship game against Texas. Hernandez had 8 receptions for 85 yards and no touchdowns. Urban Meyer went home before he was hospitalized after the 2009 SEC Championship game. American Sports Story depicts Meyer falling to the ground right after the game ended. Tony Yazbek as Urban Meyer looking thoughtful in American Sports Story. Urban Meyer was hospitalized after the 2009 SEC Championship game but not like how it was depicted in American Sports Story. The series depicts him grabbing his chest and falling to the ground moments after the Gators lost to Alabama. In reality, a 911 call made from Urban Meyer's home at about 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time on December 6, after Florida lost in the SEC championship game, reveals that the Gators coach was rushed to the hospital by ambulance after complaining of chest pains and a tingling sensation on his side, via ESPN. Meyer's wife, Shelley, who placed the 911 call, said her husband awoke briefly that morning and tried to get out of bed, but fell to the floor. Meyer reportedly was breathing but would not wake up after taking the sleeping pill Ambien, which is different from the scene depicted in American Sports Story. In real life, Meyer announced that he was resigning after the health incident but later changed his mind and coached the Sugar Bowl in January 2010.